Welcome to the spookiest free-for-all you're ever going to see on the brand new Haunted Hallow biome. We've got a Haunted King of the Hill free-for-all underway here, and we're bringing you all the action on. Look at this beautiful new biome. We got spooky trees, almost glow-in-the-dark berries, and up on the hill, one sacred site with pumpkins and grave sites and everything there. Who will be the king of this haunted free-for-all? We will see. Look at that little pumpkin there. Introducing your players today, we've got Irish Reaper Man. Playing as the Holy Roman Empire, he's got an old oak tree there he's going to start on soon. Of course, I always find HRE to be one of the strongest in these free-for-all situations. We've got the Roos next to him, and he's gonna be, I don't know how to say that, so that's gonna be Blue. He is Blue. We've got Blue playing as the Roos today. We've got Peasball playing as the Holy Roman Empire as well. Looks like he's got a little dragon statue there in the middle. Next to him, we've got D. Stevens playing as the English, and looks like he's opening up with some little farms there. Man, this looks really nice here. And then next to him, we've got in color red, Pighead playing as the Delhi Sultanate. An interesting choice as always for a free-for-all. And we got the Kraken there in the middle. To his north, we've got, in the color purple, the Mongols. Look at this tree line on the edge of the map. Looks really, really cool. And the Mongols gonna be, if we get to H4, we might see their brand new towers. There was a new patch. If you didn't see the patch notes, check out my YouTube, the latest upload. We got new patch notes. And next to him, we've got the Chinese. This is going to be a Fetty here in the teal. And last but not least, in the color yellow, we've got another Delhi Sultanate, Kunst here playing. And that's gonna be our players here for today's matchup. And we will see who's able to win this. This is a live game we're casting right now. These players are varying skill levels all over the place. So if you want to join in one of my free-for-alls, stop by one of our Twitch streams, twitch.tv/FitzBro. We do this every once in a while, and I like to do Spooky King of the Hills. I don't know why. Something about the fall, I always like hosting King of the Hill and some free-for-alls, and we're going to be trying maybe some migration and doing plenty more of this this new biome. And I'm gonna put up my spooky decorations soon. Right now we got the spooky lights going on and the spooky music. We need more cowbell. What are the ranks? I think they're rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and rank 8. So these are all top 8 players as I understand it right now. Okay, so let's see if there's anything happening right now. I see Irish Reaper Man has his Akon Chapel. He's putting it next to this wood line on the edge of the map, which is always there for King of the Hill, and it's very spooky wood line at that here today. And that'll also cover some gold, so that'll be nice for him. And just give you a little bit of overview of all of the players' resources so you can see what the heck is going on. We've got in the color yellow up here, Delhi has his mosque. Is he aging up yet? Just about time, but not yet. Delhi could be a good pick here, right, on King of the Hill, right? Because you can grab these sacred sites a little earlier, but in my experience, usually the player who tries to take the hill first gets knocked out because everybody targets you, right? And they can go for your main base. There's all kinds of things shenanigans that can happen. But man, look at this hill. No wolves really up on this hill. Maybe it'd be cool if maybe the wolves were werewolves in this patch. Wouldn't that be pretty cool? I wish that like the trebuchets and the mangonels all just launched pumpkins during the month of October. That would be cool. Okay, I saw a huge debate on Reddit. People were talking about the biome like they always do, and people were talking about like the fact that pumpkins are not realistic in Age of Empires because pumpkins are native to North America. They wouldn't have been in Europe during the Dark Ages. So this is, you know, can you believe it? First we got Loch Ness Monster, we've got Bigfoot, now we got pumpkins. Totally wouldn't have been in the time period. But we don't care. All about having a little bit of fun. What do you guys think about the new civilization variants? And of course, the 2 new civs. We got Japanese. The Ottomans going to be coming out on November 14th. And then we've also got the Ayyubids, the Abbasid variation. We've got the Order of the Dragon, the HRE variation. We've got the I think it's Zhu Chi is what the name of the Chinese variation. I can't remember what the name of that one was. And then, which one am I forgetting? Did I cover them all? Oh, of course, Joan of Arc, the French variation. Of course. MOBA game is what you think, huh? I'm excited to play me some Byzantines. I don't know about you. They look like they could use some water down here on this arid King of the Hill. So no action really yet. It looks like we've got a Kremlin a little bit off to the side here for blue. Yellow is starting out with some military here. A barracks and an archery range. Typically in the early stages of a free-for-all, you might see a little bit more booming. But it looks like he's going to be going for a little bit of military. Maybe that's just for some defense. Meanwhile, Irish Reaper Man walling himself in. And I have a feeling he's going to be chilling back here into the Imperial Age. Over the other side, we've got China. His Barbican right there. So he's got his Song Dynasty going on. And we've got the Mongols over here getting their trees. They do have a barracks. Oh, what was he dropping down there? An archer range as well, and another archer range. So maybe a little bit of military action gonna be coming in here soon. Players spread out. I like this map for free for all. It feels pretty even as far as things are concerned. Let's blow that mini map up. Maybe should have done that earlier. See if I can maybe move my camera. I'm not gonna be able to do it without messing up the whole overlay. I'm gonna leave it like this. I think it's probably easier for you to see. Maybe we go down one size. Does that work? Nah, I'll just do it large like that. That'll work for now. I'll tweak it here in the future. But let me know if you guys liked seeing free-for-alls like this, and in the near future, might be doing some more of them. So make sure you've joined our Discord. I'll try to throw up some events when we're going to host them. I've got some massive personal news I'm going to be sharing very soon, so stay tuned to my my announcements channel, and probably doing a Twitch stream going over some life updates for you. But that's going to be coming here soon. And of course, we've got plenty of Age of Empires news come down. It looks like these berries like almost glow in the dark in this biome. Compared to the Enchanted Grove, I would say this biome is way better. Like, it's easy on the eyes. Like, I'd be fine with this biome always being available. I think it looks really, really cool. Okay, everybody's up in the second age at this point. The Byzantines should start with Roman walls, but have an extra ability to cower behind them. There you go. Well, who knows? Maybe the aqueducts will buff the walls. Okay, we've got a Chamber of Commerce. Is this the awkward time where we tell this player realizes there's no there's no trade post on this map? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. What a mistake. Yeah, King of the Hill does not have a trade post. Probably one of the only maps that does not. Pretty funny. Pretty funny. Can we get an F in chat for D. Stevens there? He's learned today about... You know, King of the Hill used to be in the ranked pool for the longest time when the game came out. I remember playing like tournament games on King of the Hill. He's following the build guild. It happens to the best of us. Okay, so far we've got a walled up Irish Reaper Man. No action over here really. There's a few players with some units on the map, but really not a whole lot of action quite yet. Now let's talk about a few of the changes, what we can remember at least. For the HRE, they got a few buffs in the Minework Palace. It will now give you cheaper upgrades. So some of the unique upgrades got a little bit cheaper. So a little bit of buff for them. The Rus, they got a few nerfs, some Kremlin nerfs, primarily for them. There's that Minework Palace, by the way. For the French, they got a one tile range nerf on the Red Palace and the Arbalist, but not something real big. Delhi got a buff in the Imperial Age. They get 3 scholars from the Madrasa instantly when they hit the 4th age. So that's like instantly faster tech, right? Technically, right? And the Mongols, they've got Imperial in the 4th age can now have actual stone towers. So I'm very curious if we'll see any of those here today, because I've yet to see those before. See a little scout going down there. And then for the Chinese, they just fixed a bug where you can't stack Imperial official supervision, apparently. So as far as the civs we have here today, that's pretty much the changes you should know about. Yeah, minus 0.5 range in the arbs. Okay, so still not any action. I was wondering if the Delhi would perhaps try to go for the sacred site here early on. Look, he's already got sanctity. He could go for it, but it doesn't look like he's going to be quite yet. We've got a few players reaching the Castle Age. Irish Reaperman reaches the Castle Age with the Ragnus Cathedral here towards the middle, adding some greenery to the map. Take a look at that. And then we've got, who else is in the Castle Age? Fetty's in the Castle Age, going up with the astronomical clock tower, of course, as always. And then we've got, looks like another Ragnus Cathedral. There's really a lot of potential for relics, right? When you're playing HRE here, you could get a lot of relics. He's already got 3, you can see, and there's still, look at all the relics left on the map. Plenty left up for grabs. Building a tower, so he's going to be doing his turtle defense as the HRE historically do all the time. We see the Roos working on grabbing some of these relics as well. And you see some few pumpkins there. It looks like not going to be able to get that one at least. It'd be nice if like there was actually spooky music in game when you play this biome. Like this is my own stuff. I use Epic to make sound as a subscription service I use, and they allow me to put it in my videos or whatever, which is really cool. Okay, so we've got a fortified palisade wall coming up here. So the Roos trying to work their way towards the hill. It'll be interesting to see who actually goes for that. We could also see, you know, a wonder in the corner from the HRE. Wouldn't surprise me in the very least. Okay, a few more people reaching the Castle Age. We got Delhi here towards the east side with the compounded defender. Could add some keeps down, of course. Maybe keeps towards the middle, something like that. We got additional town centers as well. Let's take a look at everybody's current resources so you can kind of see where everyone stands, and also take a look at that. The income per minute will give you a little bit of a judge of what's going on. Okay, so no one knocked out yet. Usually about like the 20 to 30 minute mark, you see like your first player eliminated many times in these free-for-alls. So we see if that happens today. We've got HRE actually bringing a knight out, a little bit of our first engagement. We got Mangadai and Spearmen and Archers, a little mixed Mongol army here. And we've got a Wololo coming in right now on the pumpkin. Looks like he's able to pick up a scout there. Here comes the Mongol monk, but, or let's say that's a Chinese monk. So it's a race for the relics right now, definitely is what's going on. They're trying to set them up for the late game, get plenty of gold generation. Gold, please. Pigsad's actually adding some towers. He's trying to get line of sight towards the middle. So he's kind of fanning out with towers, is what it looks like he's doing. HRE, the pink HRE, starting to make a few knights here on the back line. Now, I'm really concerned about this mine work pick as far as the long run. I think in a long game like this, having which free-for-alls go, you probably want to have the Aachen Chapel and the inspiration on all your farming. So similar to what we see Irish Reaperman has over here, this is probably the better landmark to have in a late game like this. But nonetheless, that's a choice. Okay, we've got a full wall here by the blue Roos. We've also got, looks like Fetty is working on, oh, a stone wall. Expensive wall. That's a very expensive wall. He's got a lot left to build there. So he's just walling himself in. China. No one going for the sacred site quite yet. A lot of whistling on the map, of course. Here's the current resources of these players. And we've got Anaboth reaching the Castle Age. Everybody, Orange is the only one not in the Castle Age yet. I don't think the traders are helping his situation here. Okay, so moving out towards mid. Will somebody try to grab the sacred site? We've got another town center coming down from Delhi. So Delhi being really practical, adding lots of town center as he goes. So he's booming up, getting those villagers. Okay, so we've got the Mongols with all of their pastures set up here at home. A Crueltai. It's very interesting, of course, having a free-for-all where trade isn't an option on the table. Often trade can really dictate where players fight, and you know, there'll be a finite amount of gold, but there's plenty of resources on this map, you know, definitely. So here we go, our first big engagement of the day. The Delhi army facing off with the Mongols, just a whole gang of spearmen, and despite there being archers, he was able to clean those up. Maybe Anaboth could have microed those archers, but it doesn't seem like he did, and it looks like Pighead's going to take that, and I'm really wondering if Pighead might be the first player we see go for that sacred site. Purple. I think Purple might have gone AFK during that fight. Not sure. Maybe he was busy. Maybe he's back here looking at his sheep, or maybe he had to feed the sheep. Go out to the pasture. Okay, so let's see what is going on over here. We got the Chinese with some nice farms set up. Very nice greenery added to the field. Boom, boom, boom with those granaries, of course. Going to be buffing those farms up. Then we've got Delhi, the very tiny wall segment there. Teal has just about finished the stone wall, which is pretty crazy. That's a lot of stone. Okay, Irish Reaper Man, I've seen him win these before. He's very practical with these free-for-alls. Micro wall. Hey, don't judge the man by the size of his wall. You know, it's good. He could add a tower on there. You know, who knows what might happen here. Will the Rus go for stone walls in the 4th age? Is one thing I wonder. Okay, we got to keep coming down. A lot of knights. Look at this. Knight on knight warfare. But it looks like Peasball is taking this fight. Really be able to stop this keep. And could this become the downfall of the Rus Empire this game? As we'll see if Peasball backs us up. Then the keep is canceled. He charges in there. And a little bit of trouble in the Rus base. Okay, knights are there, but they're not able to stop those beautiful HRE knights. Who's ready to play the Order of the Dragon HRE Civ variant? They said that it has it's designed for people who can't handle the cognitive overload. So it's, you know, if you're struggling with lots of units, maybe the Order of the Dragon could be the one for you. Okay, we got a landmark up for grabs here. Peasball just kind of flooding units in. Not quite a flood, maybe a small trickle at the moment. But that's going to certainly set the Rus back. All of his trees are on the southwest side of his base. He's trying to drop a defensive keep. At this point, he needs not man-at-arms, he needs spearmen, and he's not going to be able to match the knight count. Will Peasball try to finish him off or just play with his food for a little bit longer? Not sure. Delhi adding some stone walls of his own here. And also moving into D. Stevens' base. Look at this. We got the French are under invasion right now. Man-at-arms moving into the fight. And they've got their torches. They are ready to go. Can Order of the Dragon make dragons? You know, that's a great question. I would imagine that'll be reserved for Age of Mythology retold. You can have a flying dragon in the original Age of Mythology. Nidhogg in the Norse. I always loved that unit. They've got a few flying units. They've got phoenixes as well. Man, I'll be hyped for Age of Mythology retold. If it looks this beautiful, it'll be nice. Oh man. Okay, so we've got a little action out here. Irish Ruban is in the 4th age. Betty just reached in the 4th age as well. Irish did grab 2 relics. Less than maybe he would maybe have wanted as the HRE, I'm sure. But starting to try to secure some mid-map with a keep. And we've got a few other players reaching on up to the Imperial Age. Looks like both HRE players Imperial Age, you see that Abbey of Trinity start to go down, and he'll probably try to snipe those relics. Yeah, you actually see 2 prelates coming over right now. He's going to try to grab those relics, and he's actually got a lot of them. We already see he's got 3 relics there, 4 relics. Does he have more? No, I think he has 4 total relics, unless there's... No, yeah, I think 4 total relics at the moment. Meanwhile, there's also a little bit of engagement over here between the Delhi and the French. Pighead trying to construct his wall using his hardened spearman, of course, to do that, says he has compound defender. And we've got the Delhi encroaching on Irish Reaperman's base, but there's mangonels there. Is he going to be able to dodge that shot? Big damage coming in. He probably couldn't have really protected that, but it looks like it was enough to get yellow to back off just for now. Okay. So Delhi thought he was going to do a little bit of push on the HRE, but Irish Ruban was prepared to defend with the mangonels. Mid-map, we've got our first keep up for the HRE. We got a few red Delhi towers. It looks like he's grabbing a ton of stone. Let's look at this current resources. Look what resources everyone's banking up. So red's really starting to gather that stone as he finishes up that wall. Looks like he just spent a lot of it. I don't know if it was on a wall segment or if it was on a keep. Or another down there. Could also be too. Okay, so right now, it looks like all the players have kind of returned to their bases. It looks like there was a grand heist. Peaceball did yoink those 2 relics, so he's now going to have 4, 5, 6 relics. That's going to be a lot of passive gold per minute. Let's look at it right now so you can kind of see how it changes. So right now, it's about 612 gold per minute. You can see 638. Fetty's eco looking really strong as the Chinese. He could stack some more granaries here. You can actually put them side by side, so it would be nice if he added more. So this isn't the most ideal because there's a lot of walking going on here. But it is what it is. Could definitely optimize that just a little bit more. Okay, so who will be brave enough to grab the pumpkin sacred site? So far, nobody. They seem pretty scared. Okay, we've got Peasball chasing right now with some man-arms. I really thought he was going to try to finish Blue off. I'm not confident in Blue's longevity in this game. He's lost talent center back, as a talent center back there. He lost this Abbey the Trinity, and just doesn't have a whole lot. Now, what is this that he built over the east side? No, that was his Kremlin from earlier. Yeah, he's gonna need more than Kremlin Gremlins to get him out of this pickle he's in. Looks like we have some more walls going up. It looks like several players have really opted to go for the really large stone walls. Look at this, Fetty dropping that Chinese Great Wall gatehouse. It's going to be protecting the entrance of the wall. This kind of looks like the Great Wall of China, right? Going up and over the hills. I wish I could, tilt the camera, but here we have it, the Great Wall of China. Take a look at that. Absolutely cinematic and beautiful. Delhi looks like he's going to be taking on the Chinese head on, but that's a lot of elite crossbows and Zugnu alike. I don't think he's going to be able to take this fight. Fetty going to easily be able to topple Kunst here in this fight. We've got gold down to the south and southwest side. Looks like he's going to be moving up. Will he try to push into the Delhi base just to secure some of his southwest border? We might see. I really like this map because the borders are really defined and it's kind of, it's very circular, very symmetrical for the most part. Here we have it, guys. Irish Repo Man has grabbed the sacred site and will win in 10 minutes. So that'll be at approximately 233-ish, right? We don't have the beautiful overlay that you might have in the 1v1 caster mode, but we'll remember that and you'll get the little countdown, so it's fine. So the question, will Irish Repo Man be able to hold this? Now, two things can happen. Everyone could gang up. They say Irish Repo Man is going for the win. Blue and yellow could go for his base, but I mean, look at this. Pink right now seems to be annihilating the Roost. This is probably going to be in for a Roost player. And yellow, his army was just annihilated by the Chinese. So that gives Irish Repo Man plenty of buffer back at home. And you see he's got some nice infrastructure. No stone walls, I will mention. But this could give him some really a chance at holding this hill. Now, everyone could also dive the hill as well. But of course, there's collateral damage as they can't truly ally with each other. So we'll see what happens. Add a TC for emergency repairs would be nice. Yeah, it would be. Okay. It looks like Pighead is looking to contest. You can see the scores of some of these players. Not always a great indicator, but it does give you a little bit of insight what's going on. And Irish Repo Man's going to be adding several keeps. Now, I casted a game that's on my channel from a year ago where a guy filled the hill with keeps, towers, and then only made mangonels. It was like a whole... the whole hill was mangonels, keeps, and towers. It was absolutely crazy, and he held it against like tons of players. So yeah, you're right. I think a town center would be nice to help hold these keeps. It looks like the Chinese is really focused on taking down his Delhi neighbor. And sometimes players can forget. There also can be this effect of like, well, it's a free-for-all. I trust the other guy's gonna get this, right? And then suddenly the time tick-tock wears out, right? And then you lose. But it's not going to be the case here. Pighead and Anaboth with a looks like orchestrated attack here on the HRE stronghold in the middle. And this is what could happen when you grab the sacred site first. You get people ganging up on you. Pighead not going to allow this to get away with this easily. Lots of villagers, but it looks like they're not going to get away with this. Pighead just moving straight across. Is he going to go for Irish Man's base, or is he's really trying to cut off the villagers? But those keeps are going to be going down, and so will the sacred site with it. So that will be the end of that countdown at the very least. But the first battle of any, and just as that was going on, we had, it looks like the Rus had tapped out before his last Town Center died. So that's going to be our first victim. I told you between about the 25 to 30 minute mark is usually where we have our first player knocked out. And man, was that right. Rus goes down, leaving lots of free space here between the two HRE bases. And Pink could, of course, expand to the northwest if he wants to assault Irish Rootman's main base. And other than that, it looks like Pink has actually turned his attention north towards D. Stevens. The French player does not look like he's going to be prepared to hold this. And I think that's going to be the fall of the French here on our haunted Hallow Hill game. There's no way he's going to hold this. That's going to be 2 players out. Boom, boom. We're going to be down to 6 here very quickly. Let's take a look at the current resources of our players. Is anybody saving up for a wonder? Is what I always wonder. Could come into play here. Okay, so that's going to be going down. It looks like it's going to be no more Delhi. Yellow is out too. Yeah, you're right. Yellow's about all kind of like literally look at this one, like all the in-between players. The corner players are all alive. I feel like purple is going to be next to fall, right? The corner players seem to have all ganged up. Chinese sieging down towers with Zug news and buildings. Oh, crazy. Yeah, that looks like that's the end of our Delhi Sultanate. So the French, the Rus, and the Delhi are gonna fall here. We'll see how much longer he sicks this out. Do we have any Mongol upgrade towers? It doesn't look like he's upgraded these yet from what I'm seeing here. So I think they get a new visual, I do believe. There's an upgrade they can get at the, it's at their Uvu, right? I think it'd be right here. Which one is it? It's this one right here. Look, Pax Mongolica adds 300 health and plus 3 fire armor to all outposts. So that's a new upgrade he can grab if he wants to. Okay, so yellow's going to be tapping out in just a matter of time. Put in chat, guys, who do you think is going to survive to the end of this? We've got Irish Superman, HRE. We got Peaceball playing as the HRE. We've got Pighead playing as the Delhi Sultanate. We've got Anaboth playing as the Mongols. And then we've got Fetty playing as the Chinese. Okay, yellow hanging in. I think this might be his final landmark. Cypher thinks late game China might win this. Down goes yellow, and Kunst is out of the game. We've got another victim. F's in chat, please. Thank you so much for playing. And now this will go on. Let's see where they turn their attention next. So we've got Irish Man has backed off a bit. He got pushed off the hill. He's got to regroup and rethink how he wants to take this strategy. Let's look at the current resources, see if there's any wonder alert. Wonder alert, right? You always got to be on the lookout for that. Let me know if you see one before I do. They don't always give the best notifications. But what is going on here? We've got a fight on the northeast corner. Peasball bringing the HRE pain to the Delhi Sultanate base right now. And I'm not sure if Delhi has the military production to stop this. He has a lot of mangonels, but that's mostly man arms. He's got the elite tower elephant. But look, he was building all this forward base. And Peasball used that as an opportunity to flank him back at home. Let's see if Pighead will be able to hold this fight. This is certainly going to be challenging. I feel like he needs hand cannons and crossbows probably to deal with this number of man-at-arms. Oh boy, this is not going to be good for the Delhi Sultanate. The HRE really on a conquest today. I mean, Pink has already taken out 2 players. Like if we were playing the like octagon rules, right? Yeah, he would be winning from just the knockouts, right? Let me know, by the way, guys, if you have a favorite free-for-all custom rule set that's available in the mod library. please put it down in the comments below, because I haven't played all of them, but I'd be curious if there's ones that you think would fit really nicely here. I don't like to go over top, honestly, with the rules a lot of times when I host these free-for-alls. I'd like to just, you know, pick a map, pick random civs, and let the players just play, let them have fun. But I know there are some good, fun rule sets you can add as well, so I'm definitely open to trying some of them out. I didn't want to do the mega random here. Okay, so Pighead trying to defend. You can see him pouring out man-at-arms from mid. These are not elite yet. Of course, we're talking about the Delhi Sultan here. It takes a long time to get those upgrades. Look, does he even have them queued up? Oh my gosh. He does, but it's not done. It's almost done, but Pighead surrenders. Down goes Pighead. Can we get an F in chat for Pighead? That's going to be the end of the Delhi here. And now that leaves just 4 players. And what a turn of events. The Mongols have claimed the hill. Have they captured it yet? It doesn't look like he's going for a capture quite yet. But look at all the rams he has. And he's starting to build these towers. Will he go for that Pax Mongolica upgrade we talked about earlier? He needs 300 stone in order to get that. He would need to build a new Uvu. But problems back at home, though. Fetty, looks like the Chinese are going to be attacking at home. It's been a lot of base races here. Kind of backdoor. And Pink, of course, he never stops his conquest. The HRE Conqueror moves on and break down the stone walls. And Anaboth is about to get squished. Now, it is the Mongols, so if anybody could do it, could run these landmarks around and maybe somehow survive, maybe make an escape to the hill. But that would require a lot of micro really quickly to move all these buildings, and I'm not optimistic. So the Chinese moving in, and they're looking to claim what is left here of the Mongols. And it looks like he's trying to turn around. He just grabbed that sacred site, but now he's also going to have aggroed the attention of Irish Superman. You see, he is now moving up onto the hill, and I don't think this is looking very good for Anaboth. Anaboth? Man, he's even got a Hoi Pow. I wanted to see that bad boy in action. I wanted to see the upgrade towers too, but I'm afraid we're not going to. Right now, HRE moving in on the eastern flank. Anaboth trying to stop the Rams. The purple and pink extremely hard to tell apart here on this this biome. I can definitely say they're pretty similar colors. But even if he's able to stop the HRE, we've got this China army, and what can you do? You got 2 players teaming up on you. And I'm surprised Peaceball is far from his friendly territory. He should be running out of food and rations by now and have to return back to resupply. I can't believe he's all the way out here. Will Anaboth try to move some of the landmarks? It doesn't look like it, because I thought we could see maybe a little bit of a run. Maybe he could hide back here. But he's not really trying to hold on to this middle, and at the same time, the HRE attacking mid because he brought on his attention. And that is probably going to be the end of the Mongol dynasty here on our Haunted Hollows King of the Hill. Well, let's take a look at those current resources. Anybody close to getting a wonder? Irish Superman, if he got the stone, could really seriously consider it. There's definitely plenty of stone left on this map. You can see here. Historically accurate. What, the historic HRE invasion of Mongolia? Okay, so we've got continuing to fight on, but not for much longer. It looks like Fetty is actually backed up to deal with some rams, but those rams, they're just really a distraction at the moment. You see this nest of bees firing away. Beautiful. A little bit of fireworks here in this dimly lit map. What do you guys think about this biome? I think it looks nice. It's a nice change of pace. It looks really good. We got these spooky trees. Really barren looking foliage. Then you got like some pockets of color. It's very nice. It's good contrast at least. Okay, Irish Superman just taking out the rest of Anaboth's villagers. And man, you gotta give him credit. He's trying to build stables mid, but it's not gonna be enough. He didn't run his landmarks, and that's gonna be the end of the Mongols. Anaboth is out. Can we get an F in chat? And we remain with 3 players. 2 HRE, 1 on the south side, 1 on the north side, and then we've got the Chinese. Irish Root Man claiming the sacred site right now, about the 35-minute and 30-second mark. So that'll put us about 45 minutes. We could see a sacred site victory if Irish Root Man could hold off 2 armies. I think that's going to be really hard to do at this point until you get down to 1 other player, because the Chinese, the HRE can really push unless he really got tons of towers and bombards up here or keeps, but I'm not seeing that right now. It looks right now actually that Fetty is just cleaning up the rest of Peasball. Man, look at that. That was a total annihilation of the HRE conquest. Man, they took out 4 different players. And let's see what is going to happen. Will Irish Root Man win? Will it be Peasball or will it be Fetty? I'm going to put my money on Irish Root Man. I got to back my mods. It's not rigged. I just know. I've seen him win these things. He knows what he's doing. But I'd be very scared. China's got a really nice setup here. He's got stone walls, could push out towards mid. And we've already seen Pink just go for the bases of the other player. Like, look at this. Irish Root Man has not built stone walls. We could see Peasball just start flowing units in here, and that would cause a huge, huge issue for Irish Root Man. And you can actually look at the scores and see he's actually quite a bit behind. Now, I'd imagine that economy is not quite as strong as what we're seeing from the other Chinese and HRE players. Moving out from the gates of Mordor, we have Peasball, 1 ram, and a very holy Roman army. Moving out, taking their time. They're strutting. They're not even running. A few of them in the back are. And they're going to be looking to clash middle with, I guess this will be the beginning of the HRE Civil War here. Let's see what will happen. Okay, so Chinese have already moved in, taking this engagement. It does look like Irish Root Man has a number of hand cannoneers on the back line, but I don't think that's going to be enough. Even to take this Chinese army, it looks like he's just got such an overwhelming mass of units. Yeah, that's looking pretty scary. And then here comes the HRE. Once again, maybe that sacred site just put a little too big of a target on his head. He could have maybe stayed in his base and boomed up a little more here. But we actually see Peasball going after the Chinese army, coming to the aid of his HRE brother. Wow. Didn't expect to see that. And it looks like Peasball going to be wiping out that Chinese army, getting a complete surround there. You do see, of course, these dynasty units get a little bit of a health boost when they lose their fallen comrades. But yeah, he's going to get the surround, and down goes China. This might have actually played in Irish Root Man's favor. Can Irish maybe hold this force now? It's still a lot of units. I think Irish maybe needs a forward base to really support the defense of this sacred site, and down it goes. No sacred site winner for now. Peasball looking really menacing this game. You know, I said earlier I had my money on Irish, but I don't know. Peasball really looking like this kid's got the moxie to get to the end here. Don't forget, if you've been watching this about 40-minute casted FFA game and you've been enjoying it, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave me a comment, because that helps me with my content and everything that I do. So thank you so much. I'm going to be bringing plenty of updates for the upcoming DLC. And yeah, we're going on, what, like 2 years here, really making AoE4 content on a really regular basis. Okay, Irish Root Man was finally able to hold off the rest of Peasball's army. He has his rams, but it doesn't look like that's going to be enough. But Peasball has reinforcements, and now he's bringing in his own prelate. Going to be going for that sacred site. There you have it, okay. So Peasball going to be claiming the sacred site. Somebody stepped on that pumpkin. It was smashed. And he's going to be claiming that for his own. A little bit of healing being dished out right now. Okay, so what is going on back at home for Fetty? Oh, Fetty's trading. Now, there's no markets, but you can trade to neutral markets. So they are using the neutral market of the Delhi player that was here in order to get some gold. So a very smart play here by Fetty. Let's look at those gold reserves. You can see them there. Peasball the lowest on gold, but he's still got plenty of natural gold that he could be gathering. Yeah, I thought China was flanking, but it looks like not what's going on here right now. Okay, look at this. We've got some Fire Lancers. A little bit of a change up. You know, he could make mass Fire Lancers and snipe all of these. That really could happen, because he only has wooden walls, only palisade walls. Okay, Peasball has claimed the sacred site. Will he be able to hold it? We'll see. I'm not sure. No one has really built a forward base yet. You really need a forward base. We got a little bit of one started here. And I almost would have reserved the Great Gatehouse, perhaps, try to get it close to the hill. Okay, Nesta B's cracking away, and it looks like he's going to be holding that front line, taking out the infantry, but the Knights get the flank, trying to hold it. He's got his Spearmen trying to brace. Nesta B's still firing away. I think the Chinese might be able to hold this fight. It's going to be a very close one. Lanchnek, of course, able to do plenty of damage in these big fights. He's got a few sprinkled in there. But it does look like China was able to hold this. Will he be able to take that sacred site? Has Irish Superman changed strategy? Will he go for a wonder instead? Now, one fun fact, the sacred site victory is actually faster than the wonder victory. So if you get a wonder, it takes 15 minutes. Sacred site takes 10. So even if you got that online, you can still win by sacred site. Okay, and we see Fatty has held that fight. Reinforcements. Oh, looks like he's doing a little bit of run by with the Fire Lancers. So he's going to be taking that sacred site back here momentarily. And the battle's going to rage on. Irish Superman looking to get back in this fight. We do see his army moving up from over the Hallow. Look at that out in the distance. Mangonels in the fog. Look at that. Look at them coming out of the fog. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Beautiful. Look at those sprinkles down there. Oh, it's beautiful. Sorry, I'm geeking out over this this biome. Okay, let's see what's going on back here. It looks like that run by Ultraman not gonna do a lot of damage, but just served as a distraction. We've got Peasball trying to build some keeps as he makes his forward base, creeping towards the middle. Irish Superman really with no forward base. Betty really with not much of a forward base. Really no forward base either. Has a lot of military production though. And of course the might of the Chinese army. You know, they're both trading from the same market. It's like they have a mutual trade agreement here. And it makes you wonder, is there a point where they say, I've got enough gold banked up? Well, no, there's even like, there's gold veins on the map. So I'm kind of interested that they're not going for these, but they just want to get that trade online nice and early. It looks like not a ton of farm set up for the HRE as I might expect here for Irish Superman. And we've got another engagement mid, Irish Superman, with a lot of towers and a good mixture of army. Tons of infantry. He's got Mangonels going to be able to hold off these rams and whatever else was there. You can see those fallen units. And now Peaceball looks like still has held on to this sacred site, or at least claimed it back. How will Irish Superman move on to this? He doesn't have any rams. He doesn't have any trebuchets, so taking out those keeps are going to be very challenging at this moment. It's going to be HRE on HRE. We've got the Chinese up to the north regrouping their army. You know, I really did expect Peaceball just to like try to go do a base snipe. Like it really seemed like his style here, but they've really, all three of these players have turned their attention to this hill and have been focusing on the Soul Sacred site. Of course, it is a win condition if you can get it, but you can also knock out the other players. Okay, so right now, that sacred site timer slowly ticking down, and we've got looks like some bombard emplacements coming in for Irish Superman's towers. He's trying to get a little bit of a foothold up here on the hill. We do see China looking to do a run by with Fire Lancers. Not really sure if he's going to get a whole lot with that. Not really changing his strategy, but what do we have here? 5 bombards moving up from over the hill. That's gonna certainly do some damage here as the Chinese move in. Let's see what they're set their sights on. We'll give you a slow rotation and you see what the Chinese perspective looks like as those bombards prepare to lay siege on the Holy Roman Empire. You can see the keep gets its first shot. The front line archers going down. Lanchnek charging in. Lots of horsemen as well. You can see off in the distance the Fire Lancers going for a raid on the back line. But the bombards are able to get some shots off. That keeps going down pretty quickly. Horsemen trying to get a flank. Will they be able to get it? Oh, they just might. One bombard is going to be going down as a keep crumbles. It looks like Peaceball has held this fight, though. The Chinese army evaporating and the bombards with it. That's a lot of gold to have lost. That was a huge investment in gold. He has plenty of left. But, man, that's going to be costly. You do see those Fire Lancers back there trying to take out, keep the old-fashioned way. And without boiling oil, they can actually do this quite effectively. But the HRE, other HRE, Irish Root Man, mopping up the rest of those forces, and now, is going to clash with those and probably try to reclaim that site. Mangonel's getting some shots off, and that's really going to take out the Spearman pretty easily. We have 3 players remaining as we hit the 45-minute mark. Irish Superman, Peaceball, both as the HRE. Fetty playing as the Chinese. Down goes the infrastructure of Peaceball. 2 keeps have died. That Fire Lancer raid was actually a little bit effective. He took out a keep on the back line, gives himself a little bit of buffer, and now we see Irish Superman looking to regain the hill. And will he do it? It's looking like he just might. Or very least stop it, and he stops that sacred site timer. And now we're back at square one. Irish Superman creeping closer and closer. He's got bombardment placements on these outposts that he has built. I'm not sure yet. None of these seem to have bombardment placements right now. Okay, so what will be their strategy to win this? I feel like they just keep doing this like never-ending like 3-person trade. I kill your army, then he kills your army, and like, you know, the standing in the circle holding a gun to each other. Like this is never going to end. They're going to have to decide, you know, do these players gang up on the guy in the middle? Could be something you see with Irish Superman kind of squeeze between them. You don't know what's going on in chat, of course, right now, but that could come into play. Also, maybe we could see a wonder at some point. Irish Superman has a lot of resources in the bank. Still, though, probably the weakest defenses out of everybody, as everyone else is stonewalled in. He only has palisade walls, and that could really haunt if some Fire Lancers come to raid. But they're really focusing their attention on the middle. Irish Superman gaining the sacred site. I think this might be the 3rd or 4th time in this game. And now we got a big clash between the 2 HRE players. Mangonels and Bombards firing away. Culverin were able to take out the Mangonels of Irish Superman. And now this is a fight looking like Peaceball could do some serious damage. Oh, it looks like there was a Springgold back there. I don't know. Irish might hold this. Let's see. He's trying to take out that Mangonel. He's able to do that. Bombard takes out some towers. But a little bit of a stalemate. It looks like Peaceball is going to retreat for a little bit for now. Irish Superman is able to hold this. Could use a forward base here, certainly. They're walking all the way from home. So it makes it hard for him to repop these armies as he loses some of these fights. Chinese getting ready to move again through the fog. We see the nest of the bees on their way. Those are not clock tower nested bees, by the way. I think they are. Wait, wouldn't they say clock tower nested bee on them? I see the plus 45. I don't think those are clock tower nested bees. LOL. Okay, so we've got HRE killing each other right now. Irish Man losing his sacred site. And as I mentioned, it's kind of just going around in circles right now. I feel like at some point they're going to have to move towards somebody else's base. But that can leave you vulnerable. You know, if you go all the way across, you take, you know, all your military pop all the way across the map here, then China can run down mid and take out a lot of what's going on here. But you can use static defenses, of course, would help. Peaceball really looking to get us around here with some of these towers. Oh, those are Mongol towers, actually. Never mind. Looks like he is going to be taking out some of that forward base of Irish Superman, and now each of those towers that he'd upgraded, they're going to be going down. And Peaceball kind of pushing Irish back a little bit. But we've got the Chinese coming in for a flank. Let's see what happens. Is this the moment where they team up on Irish Superman? I'm not sure. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Got lots of nested bees firing away, but there's culverins. 1, 2, 3 culverins. Well, 2 now, but you see them taking those out. But it looks like the Chinese spearman within range of the siege. Going to be picking off that siege. He's able to get the Mangonel. Wasn't... gets the culverin, but not before losing just about all of his nested bees. It's total collateral damage on both sides of the battlefield. Bombard towers firing away from the distance. It did take a little bit of pressure off of Irish Superman. It was looking like maybe he was going to lose all of his forward base, but he was able to hold that. And Irish has built, it looks like, military production down here toward the south side. I wonder if he's going to consider going this way at some point. It could be something we see, but I don't know. They seem very fixed on the hill. Still traders moving, mutually trading here towards the old dead Delhi market. Oh, what's going on here? What is this? Stables and siege. Is Fetty planning to bring a ram infiltration down here to the south side and run in with fire lancers and try to snipe some landmarks? Could be something he could do, and not to mention, he could use this opportunity where the two HRE players are fighting each other right now, and maybe he uses it, they're distracted, build this flank force, have a full pop flank, and go to try to take one of the players out. And, you know, looking at the score, he probably sees PeaceBall as the bigger threat than Irish at the moment, and maybe he's going to really try to take him out. So we're going to have to keep an eye on this, as it looks like he's building his army. I think he could maybe even get a little closer, but he's taking caution, building pretty far out to east with his proxy base. Irish Reaper Man gaining some serious grounds against PeaceBall on the front line. And maybe we'll see a prelate coming up soon to grab that sacred site. It looks like they're coming up right now. We have some Stonewall Towers though, but Bombard should be able to make quick work of those. Irish Reaper Man with some good army control, and you know, this has really been a 1v1 right here, and he's been able to push PeaceBall back. So really a testament to his military prowess, as they're both playing HRE. They've got a completely even battlefield. In fact, I'd say PeaceBall had a little bit of defender's advantage. He had a lot of infrastructure set up, not only barracks, but lots of towers, Stonewall Towers, Bombard Towers. Okay, so looks like he's going to be claiming that sacred site. At least he's trying to. He has to take out that final tower. It's about to go down. There we go. And he does have some better production now going on as we see the front line. Let's look at the resources of all these players. PeaceBall starting to run it low on gold. He could have some more villagers here, but look at the bank of the other two players. Well, Irish Ruban's low on gold as well. Look at that, 183 gold. So he's just really tearing through it. They really spend the resources. Compared to the Chinese, by the way, look how many resources they have. Definitely the biggest bank. No surprise there, of course, from China. But a storm is brewing. Fetty prepares the elite fire lancers for a midnight shadow raid here on the Hallow's Hearth. It's going to be a Halloween spooky flank in the rear with the Rams and the Fire Lancers getting ready to go. Do you guys think he's going to snipe all the landmarks? Is that what he's going to go for? PeaceBall really has no line of sight over here. Let's look at PeaceBall. He doesn't know it's coming. He doesn't know. And it could be too late. Okay, so assuming he comes in on the south wall. I'm sorry, the east wall. The barricade comes down. He rushes towards the middle. We've got 1, 2, 3 landmarks right by each other. Where would the fourth one be? Not far away. This could be doable. Looking at some of the military production, he does have a fair amount here. I wonder how he lost these. Were those fire lancers earlier? Maybe. Irish Man, by the way, does have the sacred site. I don't know the exact timing on it, but that's going to be a big thing here. I don't think there's even a way to see the sacred site timer in this. Sacred tracker. Yeah, they still, of course, have not added spy tech, OP, and FFA. There is no spy tech. Well, it is for the Chinese, I guess, right? Yeah, because he can use the his see all villagers tech. You know what's very interesting? This is the only Age of Empires game that doesn't have a true spy technology you can research. In every other Age of Empires game, in the Imperial Age, you can get spies and it costs like a ton of gold per like how many units they have, and then you have complete vision of what's going on. Interesting that they didn't include it in this game. I don't know. I don't know what I think about it. I always think it was like, well, it's a good way if you were loaded to use that advantage to end the game and get intel, but it's interesting. This is the only game that doesn't have it. Okay, Fetty preparing. He's got his legion of elite fire lancers ready to go, and looks like we've got about 12 battering rams. And maybe he'll wait until PeaceBall is good and distracted, but even without this going on, Fetty hasn't been doing a whole lot. Irish Reaper Man has been bringing the pain to his front line. Really, I think it's a matter of Irish has had a good mixture of an army. He's had a lot of hand cannoneers, crossbows, archers, spears. He's got a good, healthy mixture of units. Using those rams. Everybody knows rams are hard to deal with late in the game. Mangonel's dishing out some big shots there, by the way. But what's going on here? A little bit of a fire lancer pass by. Let's see if Irish Reaper Man sees this for one. It looks like he did. He moved his villagers. Now, 8 of these, not going to do a ton of damage, but this could be the beginning of the end for Irish Reaper Man, because you got to think about at any moment he could just start rallying all of his fire lancers to the base, and Irish Rootman, he's got palisade walls. He would have to retreat, which wouldn't be good as his resources are drawn towards the middle in this engagement he has, this campaign against Peaceball. And, okay, will Peaceball realize, as he's really focused on trying to fight off the HRE here, in fact, Fetty might have doomed his own raid, because by doing this, he took, well, hold on. Peaceball is also raiding. We've got raids coming all sides. I was just going to say, by Fetty bringing some attention here, Irish Rootman has actually started to lose this front line, and I think he wants him to be distracted. Keep Sauron's gaze fixed upon him. As here we go, Fire Lancer is going to be pushing in. This is the moment we've been waiting for. The grand shinies flank. Will it work? We will see. The Rams ramming away, and the Fire Lancers are in. Down crumble the walls. Fetty is inside of the HRE base. Will Peaceball notice it? You think he is probably going to here pretty quickly, but will he be able to stop it is the real question. We see the Fire Lancers. Looks like they're making a beeline for this Palace of Swabi. He knows that it's there. Going for that. The rest of these Rams pushing towards the middle. Will emergency repairs be enough to stop this? Or will Fetty be able to knock Peaceball out right here? Peaceball is kind of already winning a traditional, or losing the traditional land fight as it was, starting to harass his HRE neighbor, and this is the exact thing. Puts Fetty in a really good position here, because he might be about to knock him out. Let's see this. Working on taking out town center. Emergency repairs come in, but it's not enough. He didn't see this coming. The Fire Lancers coming in. Oh my gosh. He's trying to repair it, trying to get it back, but it's not gonna be enough. You know, he could do a Wolo. He could have grabbed all these relics. A Wolo would have worked. These are all melee units. Trying to repair, trying to hold on. Can Peaceball survive this fight? It looks like these landmarks are actually still alive. He's got to kill it, and he's got to kill this one as well. He needs to focus down the final landmark, and it looks like he hasn't. Going to go for a little bit of the military reduction. Maybe going to give Peaceball a chance here. He could start spawning out some spearmen. Meanwhile, Irish Rootman, it took off all the pressure on his base, of course. Maybe he's realized he needs to shore up some of his defenses, I would imagine. Hopefully that was a big wake-up call for him. Has contained the Sacred Site for a while, I might add. But I'm not sure if it's really going to come down to Sacred Site. There we go. He's found that final landmark, takes it out, but he didn't finish off the middle ones. I mentioned this before. But the Rams moving in, he might be able to. I mean, that's a lot of Rams. That's a lot of Fire Lancers. I don't think he's going to have enough. He would need a Wolo right now if he's going to save this. Peaceball, he got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter. Fetty, with the crazy flank tactic, knocks out Peaceball. And 2 players remain at the hour mark. Irish Repo Man's HRE versus Fetty's China. Can we get an F in chat for Peaceball? He fought valiantly. You gotta think, Peaceball conquered like 1, 2, 3, like 4 other players. And it all came down to this Fetty with the sneaky backdoor tactics. And now, let's see what happens next. The HRE, Irish Rootman, has been working on this sacred site for quite some time. This army is out of position. Don't know why, maybe he's trying to get these relics. I mean, he could, but he really needs to think about maybe making a run on Irish Rootman's base. I don't think Irish would have the infrastructure to hold it. It's probably in his best interest that these fights happen in the middle. He's building up keeps. 2 keeps going down right now. He wants to hold this. Does anybody know the timer on the sacred site? I think we'll get a ding ding as it gets close. I think that's going to be our best bet here. So we'll find out. So Irish Rootman holding on that sacred side. It's got to be getting close. We'll get a notification here soon. And Fetty starting to turn his attention towards mid. We see his army preparing to head back. Okay, Irish Rootman says, "Come at me, bro." He's set up. He's got keeps. He's got. He's gonna probably try to get the cannon placements. Doesn't look like he has boiling oil. So, I mean, Fire Lancer's not gonna be too scared of him, but he has a ton of spearmen, by the way. Like, Fetty needs to almost consider like sacking his army, respawning his units, because like, look at the bank of Fetty. He has all the resources in the world. He could build a wonder. Like, he's doing great, but it's not going to matter if he can't take this position. He needs to focus right now on taking down these emplacements and stopping Irish Rootman on the hill, because very quickly this timer is going to go down, and this is going to be GG for him. I mean, look at this. He's got, okay, that forward base isn't helping him here. He's got, I don't know what's going on. He's trying to get his Fire Lancers back. I mean, he'd be better off, honestly, just going towards the base of Irish Rootman in this case. But You know, the sacred site ticks down closer and closer. Irish Rootman 2 keeps online, and now he's going to be spamming towers. Another keep going to be going down. This is going to look scary because it could take a considerable amount of time for him to take these out. Again, he needs to consider sacking this army and maybe getting some bombards out or trebuchets, whatever it's going to be. He needs to make a push, and with every keep that Irish Rootman is able to add, this is going to make his victory easier and easier. Once somebody contains the hill and has keeps set up around it, it's a position that can take a long time to siege through and actually be able to decap that sacred site. Okay, 2 minutes left. There you go, guys. 2-minute warning. So at about 1 minute, 1 hour and 2 minutes, just about, this is going to be over. You'll hear another ding ding. So the clock's ticking. Really, realistically, this is maybe Fetty's last push. He's got a whole army of fire lancers. There's no way that's going to break through all these spearmen. What was he thinking? He knew the clock was ticking down. He has all the resources. He could have deleted all those, spawned whatever units he wanted to try to stop this, but he was so distracted on taking out Peaceball, and perhaps he was blinded by his aggression, his greed on taking out Peaceball, that the whole time Irish Rootman snuck in here. He grabbed the sacred site. We've mentioned throughout the game, at any moment he could have attacked these puny palisade walls that Irish has back at home. But now look at this, the Chinese army completely deleted. The amount of time it's going to take to repop, let alone take out these keeps, these towers, these armies. Irish Rootman, he could take hands off keyboard and win this game. And man, what a free-for-all this has. And hitting at about the hour mark, Irish Rootman looking to win our very first Haunted Hallow King of the Hill. I think this is all but he can get in victory formation. That is going to be it. We see Rams on their way to try to... Rams? What are you doing? You're attacking archer ranges. Bro, you gotta go for the sacred site. The Chinese army just not able to repop. Again, he didn't build a forward base either, despite having, you know, hands down the best economy in this game. He made some poor decisions with his army placement and his aggression here at the end. And it looks like Irish Rootman is just going to walk across the end zone on this one. And that's going to be an easy victory for him. Look at that. The rest of the Chinese forces being wiped out. What's he got left? He's got villagers across the map getting gold. That's not going to matter. Man, oh man. What a game. What a game. You know, Irish was the first one to claim the sacred site this game, and he's going to be the last one. How poetic, huh? Wasn't sure if he's going to pull it off there at times, but there you have it. Big congratulations to Irish Rootman taking home the W here on our Haunted Hallow King of the Hill. And I hope you enjoyed this spooky version of this free-for-all game. Leave me a comment below, subscribe to the channel, and I hope you join us for one of our future ones. I've got a link to the Discord down below. I'll throw up some events for the next time we're going to do this. And until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll see ya.